Well, hello everybody. Today I'm so excited. I have Coach Deb, and she is a movement coach and she's founder of Moving as Design. So welcome, Deb.
I'm so glad to be here with you.
Thanks. So tell me, Deb, we've got 10 more minutes. What's one thing you would love for the world to know?
When something's uncomfortable or doesn't feel good, play around with it. Don't accept the first offer. In fact, pain is a beautiful teacher. It's always is real. And there's nothing like having the agency to have a conversation with that. Like when you get up and down from the floor, there are a myriad of ways to do that. And if we get into a rut where we just accept, oh, it's going to hurt. No, let's have a conversation. Let's move 1 millimeter this way, 1 millimeter that way. Let's pour our weight a little bit differently. Inviting that curiosity, that primal curiosity back into our lives so that we play around with anything that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I'm thinking that also can be emotionally because we work a lot with, in synergetic play therapy, we work a lot with interoception. And so pain is right there. And right now my knee's reminding me, like, remember my knee's always talking to me lately. But I'm so excited to hear about that. So play with the pain. So how did you discover this?
I didn't even know that as a child I was hypermobile. I was W sitting. Watch out for that in your clients.
Agreed.
Watch
Yes.
out for that. And I didn't even know I didn't have the natural move forward, comfortably patterned. I was a duck-footed, mouth-breathing nerd who
Oh.
avoided everything that was physical. And then when I learned that honestly in my piece, I learned I could recover that innate athleticism I never even had. Because once I saw the blueprint for what the world's healthiest movers, they're the mighty toddlers, they're the 100-year-olds running sprints, they're the women in Africa carrying their body weight gracefully on their head. When I was like, oh, if I just look at someone who's doing what I want to do, and I find my way towards that blueprint. So part of it was not being confused, like being playful about the pain, but also going, there's a way. If other people can do it, I can do it.
Yes, I love that too because it's like it's body doubling. That's what we call it. Like when we work with neurodivergent people, it's like you can see someone doing it. Yeah, there's so many examples of that. But I was just my son and I we play in the bell choir, and the woman was trying to teach me, and I didn't know I had any innate musicality until this woman took me on. But just watching when I watch her do stuff, okay. She can tell me all day, but yes, there's that body double. Super. So what is the first step someone would take?
One is knowing that there are models out there. Look at how healthy toddlers move. And then look at ourselves. Our bodies have adapted to leaning on furniture. So we don't want to just suddenly try to copy an Olympic runner. I'm going to run a marathon. No. We need to be accepting that our body is absolutely perfectly adapted to every single emotional, physical, environmental, cultural nuance. Like first is full acceptance. Everything is exactly the way it was by design. Then, where do I want to go? What do I see myself doing in 10, 20? Let's stretch out beyond the grind culture. Let's stretch way out. Will I be sprinting with my grandchildren? Like, can I make a 1% shift towards that, regularly?
Yes.
And one of the main things people could do right now is however they're sitting, if they could just lift their hips and scooch their tailbone back a little and then slouch. That little, yeah. And that's the other thing is finding there are little changes, a 1% change that gives you more freedom, more ease, more breath. That's going to be where you want to go.
Amazing. Super helpful. So yeah, really accepting and then moving towards. Perfect. We do that. We talk about the process of change in play therapy. Like step one is just full acceptance. Step two is there are other options. Step three is this, I decide to try them out. You gotta get here, yeah, where you are. It's so true. And when you mentioned running with your grandkids, I have a 16-year-old son. I can't wait till he gives me grandkids. I gotta sprint. So you're really moving me. I could cry. It's so great. So when people go towards this, what's a common obstacle that they face?
Self-judgment. And that's why, I don't know if you've seen it, but I did this video where I'm running in skirts. I hated where I was. I hated looking at myself. So like seeing that my body now is not the way, in my head, I was like, I see myself as that sprinter. I see myself as Olympic. And there's a positive way to compare. Like I would put my running videos right next to an elite sprinter and I would be, oh, these are the differences. Like, oh, this is data. But as far as the disappointment, the frustration, and the impatience, people like they go and try way too hard, they make way too big of a change, and then they're way back, and then they get discouraged. So patience, grace, and while you can keep, like you were saying, that mirroring, you can keep both in mind. But don't worry, you can close the gap. Every minute we have a choice. Every second we have a choice.
Super. I love what you said. And I love your videos because I think that's what caught my attention on the social media. It's just that because you wear the skirts and then you slow it down and then it's just so the movement and so it's beautiful. So, and I love that because it's the right form, right? And that's a lot of what beauty.
Right. It's I'm moving in a way. People think it's the treadmill. I'm like, no, guys, it's the way that the skirts are helping me know how to move. And natural movement is wavy, it's curvy, it's soft, it's feminine, it's juicy, it's bouncy. It is not some like rigid, militarized struggle. It's actually gracefully dropping. We're surrendering our weight so it bounces back out of the ground. And so the reason I wore the skirts too is it shows that the waves, it shows that there's ease somewhere in there that makes our most natural movement possible. It's half letting go and it's half very intentional placement of effort.
Amazing. Super duper. And it's almost like when I think about your videos with the skirts, it almost is like a new archetype. It looks like a princess running, which you don't see that often, but it's got the...
And I got to say that is the archetype, because one of the archetypes is I go back to the 3-year-old Deb, if she even had this wildness. I think she did. Barefoot, ice cream smeared on a princess dress, hair all tangled, maybe chewing gum stuck in my hair, but this fierce willingness to engage without this worry about how do I look. She just knew. She has her princess dress. She picked that dress and she's going to wear it on the jungle gym. She's going to tear it up. That where we lose that and we form ourselves into all these images instead of the girl in the dress. We're both.
Yes, exactly. Yes, there she is. The judgment is definitely a thing. So how do I know if I'm doing it right?
Healthy movement is pain-free. For example, I'm in a Seiza sit. I adapted my body back to more ground living like the mighty toddlers.
Sure.
So how do I know I'm doing anything right is I have the most freedom from it. I have the most... Like in a healthy sit, I have the most options for my diaphragm, my spine, everything to move. I'll know that I'm getting stuck if my options are more and more limited.
Yeah.
Freedom.
That's so huge with even just being able to sit down and say that you could have pain-free, that you could move in ways. That's even just the thought of that, right? Just even putting it out there into words, like this is what I'm going for.
And I had no idea how much I was really into all these kinds of movement, and I didn't realize how much I had normalized pain until a teacher had me close my eyes, a somatic teacher, right? Close my eyes, get down to the ground without accepting any discomfort. My mind was blown. What? I can do 25 chin-ups, but I have to like really careful. Like I was shocked at how many, ouch, I was like, whoa, I've normalized feeling bad.
Yeah. From like age 35, like I'll be 50 in a couple months. Like from age 35 up, we just are like, now I can't do that. Now I can't do that. One of the things that I loved also was I followed you, and then I saw some other people also working with kids on that barefoot sprinting, and just a kid with ADHD with his posture just going like this to like just that full out sprinting and the mental and physical connection. So,
and I think the dress with my possible neurodivergence, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I've got the tactile. My hands are on the skirt. I've got the visual. I'm looking at everything. I've got the novelty. I'm changing skirts all the time. And the funny thing is I'm only doing 15-second sprints. People think she's got to be running miles. I'm like, no, let's go for the juice. Just go for the yummy, juicy, delightful. Don't force.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Perfect. Well, I'm so excited. So that's our time is up, but that's exactly 10 minutes. So I'm so grateful for you sharing this with us. I'm going to share all your contact info in the description. So thanks again.
Thank you. And keep playing, guys. Don't settle.
Amen.